It's one Vertical 8 here, finally bringing you some Origin and Battle strategies. 3, possibly even 4 weeks ago, we did Lilligant, and I just haven't been doing Origin and Battle strategies. Yeah, so that really stinks. But anyway, I'm finally bringing you guys an episode of Origin and Battle strategies. Sorry for the long wait. Hopefully next week we'll have one. We probably will. But I'm begging you, leave suggestions in the comments. I need suggestions. If you want an episode of Origin and Battle Strategies, I'll be a lot more likely to do it if I know who I'm going to do. So please, please, please leave suggestions. Anyway, today we are doing Mandibuzz. And I don't have the cry this time. I forgot about that. Sorry. But anyway, Mandibuzz origin, not too much, not very special. Mandibuzz seems to be based off of the old world vulture with the white neck of the white-rumped vultures. That took like 2 seconds. Anyway, let's move on to battle strategies. Mandibuzz is... Oh, sorry about that there. But anyway, Mandibuzz is actually a really good defensive wall and possibly the best, one of the best, possibly the best defensive wall in OU. Start out by getting an impish one and train in HP defense and give the leftover EVs to attack. Give it the ability Overcoat. Now, one of my least favorite things about Mandibuzz is how horrible all of its, well, not necessarily horrible, but how it doesn't really have any good abilities. Overcoat's the best of its abilities due to the rare chance that someone will still use Weather after its nerf in 6th gen. Yeah, Unova, this would be a lot more better in 5th gen, but it can still be useful, but it's the best ability it has. Now, if you play legit and breed instead of hack for Pokemon like I do, and you hatch one with big packs, and it has IVs, just go for it, as long as it doesn't have weak armor, because that ability actually hinders it more than helps it, because it won't really need to be that fast, and a bulky Pokemon can't be losing defense. Anyway, give it the leftovers like most bulky Pokemon, because it doesn't really have any other item that it can take advantage of, like Gliscor or its stuff can. Anyway, give it the move Roost, because leftovers is not a reliable enough recovery source. If you're like down to like 2 HP, leftovers can't, if you are down to 2 HP, you're probably going to be slower and then die, but if you're like if you know that you're going to be left with like 2 HP, then you can use Roost, but you can't really rely on leftovers. Anyway, next, give it a Foul Play to take advantage of your opponent's attack stats, since Mandibuzz isn't the best. Just make sure you play fair with it. Then give it Knock Off, because mainly so you can get rid of your opponent's items. Also, for whatever reason, Mandibuzz's attack stat would actually be higher than your opponent's if you're fighting like another bulky Pokemon and you don't want them to heal up. It would be good, and maybe it would probably be hard to get the opportunity to, but maybe you could find a Gliscor and knock off its attack score before it can activate it. And then finally give it Toxic. There aren't really any other good moves in that slot, and a lot of bulky Pokemon can take advantage of Toxic because they can take hits while Toxic builds. Of course, that's not the only way to train a Mandibuzz. In fact, of the 3 ways I'm going to show you how to train a Mandibuzz, I'm pretty sure this one is probably the worst in my opinion. I just went with it because it's the most common. But anyway, here are 2 more ways to train a Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz's attack stat is not at all good, and 4 EVs aren't going to really help you, and you've already got Foul Play, so you can actually do some damage other than Toxic. So if you don't want to use Knock Off and just want to stick to Foul Play as your attacking move, give it Spore Breloom, 4 special defense EVs, and then give it either Mean Look or Block so that your opponent can't escape from Toxic. I always go with Mean Look because it's easier to breed for an ORAS, and in Showdown when I can do either one, it just sounds cooler. Like Mean Look rather than just Block. But anyway, if you can like see it as easier to like breed for Block, or like you have like a Pokemon that knows Block that can breed with Mandibuzz for whatever reason, or it's like at a high enough level that you can just give it a heart skill and teach it Block, yeah, go for it. It doesn't matter. They have the same PP and they do the exact same thing. So yeah, just go with whichever move you think is better. And if you're this next strategy won't work on Showdown, but if you're playing in ORAS or X and Y, you could give it Swagger. Foul Play and Swagger is a really broken combo since their attack will be raised, so they'll do more damage if they hit themselves when they're confused, and you can use their attack stat to power up your Foul Play. And your opponent will, with all that swagger you have, your opponent will just have to feel with it. Or they could just switch out. Anyway, guys, that's it. Mandibuzz. Be sure to tell me what Pokemon you want to see in the next episode in the comment section. Okay? Thank you. Anyway, guys, this is One Lane signing out. Stay awesome and goodbye.